Hi guys, I am going to give another hint on the Shipwreck and Murder Lab. I've gotten a couple of emails about assignment 1, number 4. So this is the one where you're figuring out the equation for the cup of coffee. You've already made your graph. It should look something like this, where you have a horizontal asymptote at y equals 80. Obviously, if the air temperature is 80 degrees, the coffee can't get any colder than that because it's sitting out in the open. And in order to get the equation, your exponential equation f of t, with temperature as a function of time, you're going to need this point here. So this is your initial value, 0 minutes, 176 degrees. So now we're going to do number 4, where it asks for the equation f of t equals a times b to the t plus c. And there's a couple of things that you already know here. We know that initial value that we're given is 176 degrees. We know, we don't know A, we have to figure that out. We don't know B, we have to figure that out. But what we do know is T. We know that this is 0 minutes. It's the very first time the temperature of that coffee is given. And we also know C. We know the air temperature is a constant 80 degrees. That's our horizontal asymptote. And this is actually enough information to solve for that equation. Anything to the 0 power is 1. So the equation becomes 176, a times 1, which is a, plus 80. And you can take it from there to solve for a. Subtract 80 from both sides, you'll get your a. Once you have a, you're going to use a different data point. In this case, it's going to be, any of them, really. You could choose any of the data points that they give you to plug back in and get your b, your dk. So actually, why don't I just set that up for you, since I'm doing this anyway. Okay, so when I subtract 80 from both sides, gives me 96 equals a. Now I'm going to pick a different data point. Let's go with, I don't know, let's go with 3 and 155. It doesn't matter. 3 and 155 here. So I'm going to plug in 155 for my temp. I've got my a is 96. I'm figuring out my b, but in this case, 155 degrees was taken 3 minutes later, so I plug in t for 3 and plus 80. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 80 from both sides again. $75 equals 96b cubed. Divide both sides by 96. And then take the cube root of both sides. And that gives me my decay rate, which is 0.92. Okay, so now you've got your A, you've got your B, and you've got your C. You've got enough to make your function. F of t equals 96.92 to the t plus 80. All right, so hope that helps. Let me know what else you're struggling with. A couple of things to keep in mind. This function right now is giving time as a number of minutes after the first temperature was taken. So anything that you're using with this function is going to be in minutes. When you are performing the calculations for my dead body, that's in hours. So you need to consider that and just make sure you're paying attention to your units. All right, good luck.